Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO Dimensions vehicle showcase, and, or slash gadget, it's kind of flexible on this one, because, I mean, BMO really could be considered both, but, he's from the Adventure Time team pack. He is Jake's vehicle, and I haven't done one of these vehicle showcases in a while. But honestly, this is probably one of my favorite physical builds from the game so far. I obviously don't have a lot of many of the vehicles in the game I don't have yet, because I don't have most of the packs. But this one just looks phenomenal. They did a great job of capturing what it's supposed to be. He's from Adventure Time, so I know very, very little about Adventure Time or this character or anything. I just know that he looks cool. That's pretty much it. His body is built mostly sand green, and I mean that's pretty cool, I guess. It's a lot of less common pieces because of that color. Some nice 2x4 tiles. Or actually one 2x4 tile, some other nice pieces. But he does have two exclusive printed pieces. First off, this white piece with the mouth and the two eyes. That's exclusive to this build, or to this set. And this little control button piece, or print, which is a pretty cool print, and might be useful for some other things. I'm sure someone will come up with a good use for it. And you'll notice it uses these relatively new pieces, which are actually new to me. This is the first time I've gotten them, so that's cool. And they're used for the legs to give them a little bit of personality. And because of that, you can kind of rotate them in and out a little, which is cool. You'll notice that on his base, he does have a couple of just transparent yellow bricks built up in order to, give his legs room to move. And the top is actually built using some interesting techniques. So they put some tiles here just to fill that in, but then they put some sideways building here on the top for the sides. So that's pretty nicely done. And they have some more sideways building this way to get the base, have that tile stick out. That's cool. And from the side, the one thing that is not the best about this is that, pieces like that can kind of be pushed slightly out of place, and they don't all line up perfectly, but I think for the most part it looks really good. And also these sausage arms, those are sand blue sausage pieces, and they're cool. You can kind of move the arms around like that, kind of, just all sorts of different poses, and you can pose the legs back and forth too. So that's cool. You can kind of look like you're walking like that, I guess. It's a little bit of a weird walking pose, but nonetheless. The big downside of this build is the back view. First of all, I'm not sure why that piece is in gray. If it was in sand green, it would look quite a bit better. But I guess they don't have these pieces in sand green, and they didn't have enough space in their budget to recolor it. They already recolored the sausage piece, which is very crucial to the model from all angles, and the two new prints, which are also very crucial. So I guess this is a less crucial part of the build than that. And the side view is not perfect, but it's not too bad. But other than that, that's BMO for you. And now I'm going to go down and I'm going to turn on the game and build up the next form of him, and I'll be right back. Alright, and here is the second form. Dogmo is what it's called. And this is kind of cool looking, kind of funny at the same time. But it's a very interesting rebuild of that last build. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that this isn't based on anything, like any source material. I'm pretty sure that there's no Dogmo in Adventure Time, at least as far as I know. But and I don't know much, so very likely not accurate. But just kind of fun rearrangement of the parts. I really like the how the head isn't like facing forward or something, but it's facing sideways. I think that's nice. It gives it a very unique kind of feel. Obviously, the little buttons on the side, give a lot more detail. It would look pretty plain if you were just looking at it from, like, say that. Like, if that's what you were looking at, it would look pretty plain. So, whoa. Focus. Okay, then. That was weird. But, it would give it a lot less personality if it didn't have this. I really like these blue sausage pieces as arms, or legs or whatever on the front. I think those are awesome. Well done. By the way, he does have this color toy tag in all 3 builds, obviously. I didn't mention that in the first one, but it's because he's here too. And they do a nice job of tiling the back, but they kind of flop around a little because they're only attached with 1 stud. So that's kind of a downside, but not too bad, because this is more a display piece than a play piece. But at the same time, I think that this BMO build is going to be one of the most playable builds from like BMO as a whole, not specifically Dogmo. Dogmo's kind of but he's one of the more playable builds, I think, from the theme as a whole. This one looks pretty good. It's got the looks, and one thing it has that the last one didn't is the kind of, it looks decent from all angles. There's no kind of bad side, whereas on the last one there was a really, like, the back was bad looking. This, sure, you can see the gray and you can see the white on the front, but they don't look too out of place. It's not like those are, like, this white could very easily blend in. The gray, a bit less, but still it's not too bad. It's still kind of, looks like it could belong. So, again, those prints are very nice, and they kind of are the main part of this build. And here's the 3rd build, and this is Snake Mo. And, this one I think is my least favorite of the 3 by a decent amount. First of all, it is a little bit interesting to note that they do actually move this the 2x2 round brick forward, which I haven't seen that done on any other builds. Not that it's really important at all, but it's just interesting to note. And on the back, they use these 2 pieces to kind of, make a tail almost. Doesn't quite work too well. And you can see it's kind of stepped in the back to kind of like arch up the snake. I think the big problem here is that it stays flat on the bottom the entire time, so it kind of just gets really fat. So, that's kind of one of the problems. I like the way they do the scaling on the front, but this white line, I think, kind of ruins it more than it should. So, that's another downside. I think the gray works in this model the best out of the 3, just because, it kind of is like an area that would make sense to be a different color. His face obviously still looks the same. The control panel on this hop is a little odd. Like, it doesn't make much sense. I think it would maybe even made more sense on the back than on the front, but that's an easy change if it does look better that way. And the arms, they're weird. First of all, snakes don't have arms. Second of all, not really sure what these are trying to be. Because I don't know why these are on the end. But, in the game, this one does have an electrical ability. I don't have an electrical attack that the other ones don't. So that's kind of interesting. But overall, I just don't think this one looks nearly as good. I think BMO, like the main build, looks great. I think Dogmo is an awesome rebuild for those parts, and it looks very complete looking for, a rebuild. This one is kind of a mishmash of parts like you would expect, but it is kind of cool to be able to get something that's different out of it, I guess. It's not, however, the most like, it's not the greatest build of all time. So that's kind of the problem with it. But I do think that BMO is, as far as Dimensions builds go, I think that BMO is one of the better ones because of those exclusive parts and, just it just looks nice and is very accurate to what it is supposed to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know which of which of these 3 builds is your favorite. Is it Snake Mo? Is it Dog Mo? Or is it BMO? I'd say Snake Mo is my least favorite, and BMO is my favorite. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye, guys.